My name is Eleanor and I am 70 years old. For nearly 2 decades, my life had become a quiet echo of what it once was. A life filled with loss, regret, and a lingering loneliness that felt as vast as the skies above my small town. After my husband William passed away 11 years ago, a shadow settled over my days. The house we built together, nestled in the heart of Vermont's green hills, felt too large, too silent. Each corner held a memory. Each room whispered his name in the stillness. I found myself withdrawing, not just from the world outside but from my own heart. I told myself time would heal all wounds, but the years passed and the ache inside remained. My children called regularly, worried, encouraging me to find joy again, but their voices felt distant, like rays of sunlight unable to fully warm the cold I'd wrapped around myself. One autumn morning, as the amber leaves fell like gentle reminders of change, I found myself staring out my kitchen window, the morning light painting soft hues across the worn wooden floor. It was the kind of day that beckons reflection, a quiet invitation from life itself. I realized then that I was at a crossroads. Could I continue to live as a shadow of my former self, or was there still a spark worth nurturing, a life yet to be embraced? That day I decided to say yes to life again. The first steps were small, tentative. I dusted off old canvases, brushes that had lain untouched for years, and began to paint again. The colors felt foreign and familiar all at once. As my hands moved across the canvas, so too did pieces of my heart begin to mend. Art had been my sanctuary before William, a secret garden where I had poured my hopes and dreams. Returning to it was like greeting an old friend after years apart. The more I painted, the more the walls of loneliness began to crumble. I started reconnecting with people too. A neighbor named Grace, who shared my love of poetry, invited me to a local book club. The first meeting was awkward, filled with nervous smiles and shy glances, but by the end of the evening, I found laughter bubbling up from deep within. The world was different now. The noise of the city was replaced by birdsong, and the hustle and bustle of younger days was replaced by moments of stillness and presence. I began to savor these moments, the warmth of the sun on my face, the taste of fresh apples from the orchard, the crisp air of early morning walks. One afternoon, while tending to my small garden, I met Thomas, a kind man in his 70s who had recently moved to the area. Our conversations started with the weather and the state of the tomatoes but soon blossomed into stories of life, loss and hope. Thomas never rushed me, never demanded more than I was ready to give. With him, I rediscovered the joy of companionship, not the fiery passion of youth, but the steady warmth of understanding and shared history. Yet it wasn't always easy. Some days, the weight of grief returned, heavier than before. I'd find myself sitting in silence, overwhelmed by memories. But now I had learned to welcome those feelings rather than push them away. I allowed myself to feel, to cry, and to heal. My children noticed the change. My daughter told me one evening, "Mom, you seem like you're coming back to life." That simple observation filled me with quiet pride. Through painting, new friendships, and the gentle acceptance of my own heart, I found a path forward. Life was not about erasing the past but weaving it into a tapestry of strength and grace. Now, as I sit by my window watching the seasons change once more, I am filled with gratitude. For the love I had, for the lessons learned, and for the courage to begin again. If you find yourself in the quiet shadow of loss, know that it's never too late to step into the light. The journey of rediscovery may be slow and sometimes painful, but it is filled with moments that remind us that life's beauty is eternal. And in choosing to live again, we find not just hope, but ourselves.